No, at the end. At the end. So, and Michael's not going anywhere. We won't let him leave. Don't worry. Okay, but I want Matt to speak, and then Ahmed. The one thing I was going to say is that Ahmed and I have been really pushing hard for a proper community center in Thorncliff. The Jenner Jean Marie, it's fine, but it's also very small and missing a lot of things like a swimming pool. The big challenge with this facilities master plan, or whatever they're doing, is that they go by the census. And Costanza knows this, and Michael knows this, and we're working trying to lobby to change it. But the census for Thorncliff, I believe, identified the community at about 19,000. Was it 19,000?
19,000.
Yeah, but most estimates put the community at over 30,000. So that, in my opinion, would really change the needs of the community. And so if they're looking at 19, the Jenner Jean Marie may well be appropriate, although they do look at other factors, I know that, but the population has to be a big one. So we're still working on that. And it is the one area in the city that I really feel has been neglected by council is our, I'll say the community centers, but sort of the youth, right? We see what's going on with our youth, and we know in Thorncliff we have literally thousands. It is the one area that I would actually designate a tax increase. Like I would like to see whether it's 1% or even 2% a year would bring in about $50 or $60 million. And then, so if we raise taxes by 2% every year, we could essentially build a community center. I don't know that the mayor loves that idea, but it's something that I would like to promote, because I do think it's great to have a master plan, but if you don't have funding for your plan, then what good is your plan? Anyway, I digress. Matt Moyer, 53 Division. There you go. Thanks.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Just a couple of things. I think I've got it down to 3 minutes and 18 seconds, so I'll be quick here. I've been rehearsing all afternoon, so here we go. You ready? 2016, what we did last year in 53 Division, we focused primarily on our youth. And we felt that that was going to be the greatest investment moving forward as a neighborhood and as a community, was to get officers more engaged with the youth. So one of our officers, and actually he's here tonight, Narinder, has been nominated for a provincial award because of the investment made for 8 separate programs that he ran through Thorncliff. So the William Sneap Award for Pro Action. So that was our push in 2016, and we're very proud. Actually, he's here tonight. And we will pick up on that in the new year. We're going to continue to run programs that speak to the youth in Thorncliff. Secondly, I just wanted to talk very briefly. John, I'm going to leave you. Where'd John go, for Christ's sakes? There you go. Don't let him leave. I have this for you, John, before I leave. So one of the hot topics right now for the Toronto Police Service is the Transformational Task Force. It's changing the look of our service. We have a massive budget. We have a lot of officers. And the emphasis is all about let's be smarter about this. Let's put police officers where they need to be. So we're doing a massive needs assessment in the City of Toronto, looking at our neighborhoods, looking at our communities, looking at our crime areas, looking at our areas that have traffic issues, traffic problems, and demands. Where does the community need us? And that's going to be, as we move forward in the next 2-3 years, you're going to see some pretty heavy-duty changes. But as Costanza mentioned earlier, about 140 different neighborhoods, Thorncliff has been and will be identified as a neighborhood. And we're going to have the privilege of being able to put officers here on a full-time basis that are going to be, you may have officers here, and the way it'll be set up is that they will be making a 2- and 3-year commitment. So you get to see the same faces all the time. You get to know them by name, you get to know them by where they're going to be, and that's how we keep ourselves current and effective in the community service industry, because we are customer service industry. That's how we're going to do it. Lastly, I'll tell you that we're running some programs right now to support seniors in our division, and we're bringing that into Thorncliff as well. And you'll see more about that through our CPLC as we move later on throughout this year, because we actually are going to try to do a sort of a twofold approach in Thorncliff. We're letting our neighborhood officers target the youth, and our CPLC is going to be targeting some programs for seniors. Traffic's always an issue. We always talk about traffic. I get emails and phone calls all the time. And one of the things that concerns us so greatly about traffic is the safety of our seniors. You know how vulnerable you can be up and down the road, late at night, crossing the road, so on and so forth. And we want to take that on in 2017 and see if we can do a better job looking after the seniors in our community here. And we're going to be doing that through some programs through the CPLC. Lastly, I just want to say again, this is a transformational time for our service. It's really critical. So if you see things going on in your neighborhood, issues that you think affect our quality of life, I really want you to take the time and speak to our neighborhood officers. They're here every day, and or contact myself. All of your contact information that goes through John's office comes through John. Anything John needs, he sends it right to me, and we'll get back to you right away. Because really, the only way we're going to move forward and make some real concrete changes about always looking after the safety of our youth, of our seniors, of everybody in Thorncliff, is if we do this together in a partnership. I need your communication. I need your feedback. Okay? But John, I'll leave you this book. 3 minutes and 19 seconds. Bang on, man. Look at that, eh? Thank you, guys. And I'm gonna leave that.
It took him a while to get to that point. He comes to all these meetings and he usually is about 20, so. Ahmed Hussein, TNO.
My name is Ahmed Hussein. I'm the Executive Director of Thorncliff Neighborhood Office. I think most of you know in Thorncliff Neighborhood Office, but I will just share with you the services we do. And the main services we do is settlement services. People who are new to the country to access settlement services, which support them, their integration. The other activities we do, we provide 0 to 6 programming in what's called Ontario Areas programs. We are also an Employment Ontario Center, which means people can access employment in services and resume in any mock interviews and anything related to make their resume look presentable to employer. We provide also youth programs, even though we have small, we spoke about the recreation in the community. The facilities in the community are very limited, the number of children in this area. We have a youth center which is in 2,000 square feet, and it's not really much for the number of kids in this neighborhood. So it's a dropping center. There's a couple of few things that's there, but we do provide a number of programs at the schools. We permit Thorncliff Park School in Valley Park and Margarno for delivering programs, which is co-op programs as well as girls-only programs. We provide language classes. This space you are in are divided into classrooms, and at the back, 300 individuals learn English every day. We provide programs that are targeted to women in the community, and one of them is supporting the gardening, but also women who do catering and who want to build their businesses. So that's the services in Thorncliff Neighborhood Office provides. I will talk about the hub. The hub we are envisioning is to have space where we will have one-stop shopping. And TNO has 4 locations, and we would like to have all our locations to be one place that people can go. If you are a youth, you can go there. If you need employment, you can go there. If you're learning the language, you can go there. But also, if you are in accessing in early learning, you can go to that place. So it's one space, and you don't need to travel between those locations. That's what we were looking. So when the opportunity came that the space at East York Town Center, where former Target was, there were interest from St. Mike Hospital, which wants to have a dialysis center there. So they decided to negotiate to have the ground floor to set up in state-of-art dialysis center. Then we thought about why don't we check the second floor, where a number of community agencies who are renting the legal clinic is here. There is also a primary health care and health access Thorncliff Park, which is started to hire doctors who will provide primary health care services, medical services. why don't we all go together and we approach the city to work with us and help in getting that space. But that space will be one-stop shopping. So we're hoping that in all TNO services will be there, because we are paying rent here, we will pay rent over there, but it will make it more logic people to have one-stop shopping. But also there will be a medical services there, the legal clinic to be there. There is organizations who provide and people with disability who is interested to be there. There are organizations who provide senior services and who will be there. So basically it will be a multi-service location, even though each organization has its own identity and services, but it will be a coordinated services that will help people to access those services. But also the other very important thing that the hub will provide is, and that's United Way and city and everybody else is interested to do that, is to provide a space to the community. So basically you don't have to an organization. There's a number of people who do a fantastic job in this community, and it's a group of seniors and who needs space to socialize. There's a group of women who provide services in the community and children, and as well as in a number of other programs. So those organizations or individuals can access that in space. For example, Tenants Association, and we're looking space to meet with tenants who have an issues. So it will be a space available, which will probably be part of that hub, and they can access that. It's kind of a hoteliering, so they book the space, they get whatever they need, it becomes part of their support that is available to them. So basically, it's a community space will come where there is a gathering, when it's a community gathering and there's an event such as this one, it is available for the community, and those things will make the community and cohesion actually better. And I think make the community to access services without traveling between different organizations. For example, Better Living Community Services, they are in Don Mills area, and they provide seniors in services, huge senior services. They will have a shop here. So basically people who are in this community do not need to go there, they can actually have at the mall. And anyway, the mall is a center place where majority of the people always go, whether it's do the shopping or just having a space to sit and enjoy meeting with other friends. So in a nutshell, that's what I would present tonight.